Season 8 of The Office. Season 8 of The Office. Now, this is the first official season where there is no Michael Scott whatsoever. Now, Michael Scott did leave in season 7, but he left towards the end of season 7. So, that doesn't really count. So, season 8 is the first official entire season without Michael Scott. In the show, it just feels different without Michael Scott. Like, once he leaves, I don't say the show gets bad once he leaves. It just gets different. It feels like the direction is a bit more messy. It just doesn't feel as focused as the other seasons did. Particularly on Andy's character. Because on season 8, there's a lot of questionable things that happen with Andy's character, but season 8 is still a good enough season. It's not a fantastic season, but it's a good enough season. I do like the whole stuff where they go to Florida to sell the Sabre tablets or open the Sabre retail store. All that stuff is funny. Dwight gets appendicitis. What else happens? Dwight becomes Sabre CEO and then ends up getting fired or is supposed to be getting fired because of the Sabre retail store debacle. All that, let me see. All that happens, we get Florida Stanley. I like Florida Stanley. Kathy trying to hit on Jim, trying to get him to sleep with her, even though he's clearly married. Then we get a whole bunch of stuff in this season. A lot of Robert California. Robert California's pool party at his house after he's selling his house. And a lot of weird stuff with Andy and Aaron, and Andy doesn't want to date Aaron because he's dating Jessica, but then he realizes that Aaron is actually the one for him. I don't know. It's a weird season. It's a season that it seems like it doesn't know what it wants to be or where it wants to go. It's still a good show, but it doesn't know where it wants to go. It doesn't know if it wants Andy with Jessica or Aaron. It doesn't really, and there's some stuff with Ryan and Kelly too. It doesn't really know what it wants to do with Robert California. Robert California, he's this enigma in the show that just makes it feel strange. It feels strange. Robert California is he's just a weird dude, and he's the CEO of Dunder Mifflin, of Sabre, sorry, and they just explained it by saying that he convinced Joe to give him her job, which is very weird. It just seems like the direction was all over the place in this season. They didn't know for sure where they wanted to go. Andy and Aaron didn't get back together until towards the end. Then you have Nellie Bertram, who is a part of the whole Florida storyline. She comes back and just takes Andy's manager job, and Robert California doesn't do anything about it, just lets it happen. Nellie Bertram is one of the worst characters in the history of The Office. I absolutely hate Nellie Bertram. She sucks. She's stupid. She's not funny. She's mean-spirited. She's conniving. Her and Robert California are two of my least favorite Office characters of all time. But it's just this season, bro. This season. Without Michael Scott, you can tell there's a void. You can tell there is a void without Michael Scott in the show. He was part of the identity of the show. It's like sitting on a chair with 3 legs. You could still sit on it, but it's not going to be as stable as it is with 4. That's the best analogy I can give. It's like a chair with 3 legs. You could still sit on it, but it's going to wobble, and it's not as steady as it is one with 4. That's how I describe season 8 without Michael Scott. Now, The Office could have been something great without Michael Scott. You could have leaned on Dwight or something, but it intrigues me that they picked James Spader to be the guy to be the celebrity as the boss, because they had D'Angelo Vickers for a while, played by Will Ferrell, but he only lasted a few episodes. Then they got James Spader. You couldn't have got Jim Carrey, would have been funny. Ray Romano would have been funny. The guy who plays on Better Call Saul, I forget his name. He was originally supposed to be Michael Scott in the show. He would have been funny. But James Spader was a weird choice to play the CEO Robert California. And Andy as the boss could have been great too, but they fumbled the bag with that. It seems like. And he was going good at first, and then it kind of just fumbled from there. So I don't really know. I don't really know. Season 8 is just kind of an enigma to me. It's kind of an enigma. It loses a lot of its identity after Michael Scott leaves. It is what it is. I'm not going to give it a grade. I'm not going to give shows and movies that I review anymore a grade. I'm just going to talk about them, what I like about them, what I dislike about them, whether I think they're worth watching. Season 8 is still worth watching, but I just feel like it could have just been in a whole lot better direction. Now I'm going on to Season 9 to talk about the last season pretty soon after I finish watching it, and boy, is that a whole different thing. So, yeah, Season 8, it's okay. It just feels like a chair with 3 legs. So if you've seen Season 8 of The Office, let me know what you thought of it in the comment section below. Also, if this is your first time viewing, please click that subscribe button for more. This is Brandon. Thanks for watching. Peace.